Do you ever feel like the notes you take in lectures are just kind of pointless? You spend the whole lecture trying to bullet point what the lecturer is saying, trying to keep up with what they're saying, to have kind of disjointed notes that you're realistically never going to look back at. And this was me for a really long time at uni, until I realised that there actually is a better way to take notes. Enter Genio Notes. Using an app that records the lecture and the lecture audio and allows me to just add in notes when I need, just completely changed my notes at uni. So here's a quick overview of how I use Genio Notes to make better notes in my lectures. So on that right hand panel where it says intro, you can see it's starting to record what my lecturer is saying. So it's got a transcript just going along. And that means that instead of trying to write my notes, I can just kind of sit and listen, because I know I can come back to this whenever I need. I don't need to worry about what I've written down because I have the actual words my lecturer said. So I can actually take part and be engaged with what he's saying, like, so much easier. So during this lecture, I am still taking notes. I'm doing short bullet points, but they're just pinpointed basically so that I know what's been said at what point. So I've split it up into what is a glacier, the periods through history. So when I come back, I can easily find what I'm looking for, basically. And these little bits that are coming up in yellow, it's because I'm marking them as review, which means I didn't quite get it. And it's kind of just shows me where my weaker areas are when I'm revising. I can easily find them. And I'm not listening to the whole thing. I can just listen to the bit I didn't quite get. And while in the lecture, if there's anything I don't understand, I can actually find a definition. So he mentioned something called eccentricity, which I'd never heard of before. And it basically links directly to Wikipedia. So I can kind of find out what that means. So it's not holding me up, getting confused about it. And then fast forward to after the lecture, I basically generate a transcript. So this will give word for word what my lecturer said. I can go through every single thing. That little bit that I marked as review that I didn't understand, you can see right here. So it's highlighted exactly where he said that, and I can just re-listen. If I need to, I can actually speak to my lecturer about it or Google it, research it, whatever. But the best thing, so I actually know I'm using my notes, is the quiz me function, which I'll show you now. So it'll generate a multiple choice quiz. You can do this as many times as you want. And this is based off of the notes, off of the audio. So it actually tests your understanding. So like, you are actually using your notes. You're not just writing and never looking at them again. And then after the lecture, I'll basically save my notes. I'll add it to the collection. So like this one needs to go into my glaciers collection. And it's there for me to look back at like in a few days' time or next week. So yeah, I hope that helps other people take better notes.